Yeah, let's see. So, where were we? I think we're gonna start the trial here. Yep. Part 4-1, the trial. Oh boy. I'm not sure if I remember everything. Maybe I do. I hope I do. Okay, we'll see. Okay. And then number 1. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Maggie. So, what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Guess the decision didn't go so well and ended on a giant mystery. That's true. We still haven't solved a single part of it yet. Are you okay, Nick? Yeah, of course. I saw that little flash of doubt in your eyes. No, that wasn't doubt, that was determination. Yes, this is Undertale now. Wait. I'm just going through the things to remember stuff. Yeah, I remember these. Okay. MC Bomber, the virus. Okay. Oh, the papers, right. The accident. Right, I remember. Right. Why don't I believe you? It's nearly time, Maggie. You better get going to the defendant's seat. Roger, don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you. Okay, I got you, Maggie. Don't worry about a thing. Hey, pal. And he has you too, probably. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Good stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that. How did you know she was stressed? I was watching through the doorway. Oh. You look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this will help. What? Oh, what is? Huh? Have you taken up aromatherapy too? Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me that you don't remember this thing. Yeah, that's the thing with the poison, maybe? Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles. This is a small bottle that turned up in Tribulations' kitchen a couple of days ago. Wow, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many. They're overflowing into the floor. Hey, wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the others. But what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either. And it doesn't smell. Tell me it's the poison, Gumshoe. Finally got the analysis results back from the lab. So, what is it? Is it the poison? I'm afraid not, pal. God. It's medication. Oh. Medication that the guy had. Okay. For the ear? Yeah. Medication? Yeah, for ears. Topical use only, apparently. For ears, you mean? Yeah, it's the medication Glenn L was using for his ruptured eardrum. What was Glenn L's ear medicine doing in the kitchen? That is a good question indeed. A bottle refilled. Okay. The victim's ear medicine uncovering unidentified fingerprints in the kitchen. Okay. What about the undefined fingerprints? Anything on that? Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour and they might have gotten something on the prints, but it's going to weaken its impact as a piece of evidence. Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today. Got it? Today's trial. I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done, or my name isn't Phoenix Wright. Okay. January 8, 10 AM, District Courtroom number 4. Alright. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor. Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness testimony was plagued with a number of problems. The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank from it with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand. Thanks for the recap, Kodak. Thank you, Mr. Kodak. Furthermore, according to the witness account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear. It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick? Oh boy. What's up now, Kodak? Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it. You've lost me already, Mr. Kodak. Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Well, that's deep. Just focus on your coffee, please. Only losers think like that. You've got to change with the times. That's one of my rules. You imply that you've resolved these contradictions? You know the answers to these riddles? The old guy wasn't just throwing seed into here. He was throwing us off the scent. And today I'll prove it. Alright. Very well, let the first witness take the stand. Oh boy. And you are? Oh, bonjour everyone. I am Sean Armstrong, the owner and head chef on Le Tropian restaurant. Enchanté. Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a woman? Whoa. Oh la la la, monsieur. As you can see, I am le père and very gentleman, no? Get with the times, Judge. Gotta tell it. On the day of the incident, you were in Tribulations' kitchen. Isn't that right? You, monsieur. Oh, we. I didn't understand it. With you, monsieur. Everything feels right. Oh. Oh, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy? Very well, your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the car what happened that day at Tribulations. Oui, volontiers. At Tribulations. When you're apping, there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art deco that day. Like having a large mirror between our tables, for example. Oui, perhaps that is what I can't do my French accent today. Perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. The cup, the earpiece and the glasses. You would have seen everything in reverse, no? What? Wait, glasses? What do you mean? Oh. What were the mirrors? I didn't see the mirrors. Mirror? Oui, a mirror. The most enormous mirror. And suddenly the mystery disappears. Well, that's why he was so confident. I think, like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it. That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me. Yeah, honestly. It is early for me too, Phoenix. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Oh boy. Here we go. I don't know if I have the neurons for this already at this time of the day. Okay, when it all happened, there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. Okay, I'm gonna press on that. And who were the 2 customers exactly? Of course, the young man who died, and the other not so young man. You are referring to yesterday's witness, I presume? What about the other man? Maggie says she was at the table. Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence. We need some hard evidence first before we can bring him up, don't we? I guess I'll just have to try a different approach for the time being. Okay. I remember I was experimenting with some new article that day. You were experimenting with Art Deco. How come I never heard about that before today? You're not familiar with the language of interior design, monsieur? Please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before? But I did, just a few moments ago. Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong. This deco you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of decorature? No, Art Deco, it is a style of design, Your Honor. Talking about interior design, walls, ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing. Ah, yes, of course, that deco. I was trying to archive a more achieve. I was trying to achieve a more effeminate look for my restaurant. I was planning the most bold remodeling of La Decor. Okay. Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Okay. How big of a mirror are we talking about here? Buff. What the hell is buff? Oh. Something about 4 meters wide and about 2 meters high. Let's see, 1 meter is about 1 yard. Holy glass in a frame, that's huge. Yep. I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually. The ceiling? Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember. No, but I decided not to go through with it in the end. Should I do? Should I ask him more about the mirror or not? Yes. Because it's very weird. If we really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo or Maggie Bird's testimonies. But... Oh. You didn't ask right. You have only yourself to blame for such sloppy work. What? A mirror was delivered to Tribulations the day before the incident. Really? As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes. And as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end. This just doesn't add up. Yep, it's all weird. Even if a mirror was delivered to Tribulations, doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime. If you want to tell someone tried, look in the mirror. Good one, Coded. Good one. I'm sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough. So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror. Perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. Okay. Normally I expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object. normally? How does normality come into this? That's lame, tried, even for you. Huh? Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it is impossible? Is that it? Where does that leave the poor goo-headed lawyer and the top-notch chick over there? Wow. And the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here. Well tried. Not the hair. I do not have a top knot. Mr. Cotto is correct. Unlike normality, there is no basis for discounting an argument. I mean, I guess. Yeah. Logic of one lady. Look up the earpiece and the glasses. You will have seen everything in reverse, no? Everything? You would have seen everything in reverse? Oui. Hey Nick, we should take a second and think about what old CD said in his testimony. How did he phrase it again? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. The same one. Okay. He saw everything he described reflected in a mirror. And everything he said he saw on the left was actually on the right, huh? Yes. That clears up all the problems with his testimony, I guess. Or does it? Does it? Well, it's kinda hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but I think I'll see he saw everything through a reflection. If he did, it would explain all the contradictions in his testimony. That just makes the situation worse for Maggie. There's gotta be something in that old man's testimony. We've just gotta dig deeper. Do I... wait. What did he write here? The incident occurred, I broke the base of my seat. I'm sorry. Where was he again? Hold on. He was on the bottom left one, I think. Where the hell is the mirror in all the situation? Hold on. I'll see in the mirror here. Okay. Not any of these. Okay. Let me press on this again. Order to customers. Yeah, the other guy. Need some hard evidence first. Okay, so not that one then. This is certain blah. Large mirror between the tables. What do you mean between the tables? I don't see them in that photo. Between the tables. I'm gonna say I don't see them there. Okay, why did I start with 3 points. Oh, because it okay, brings them from the investigation, I guess. Okay. I'm gonna present the photo. Oh, I don't see mirrors there. Nope, that's not it. Evidence reveals the contradiction. How exactly they are in the mirrors. That's what you have to say. Not at all, Mr. Wright. That's some garbage. I don't think they want me any points with the judge. That is what the old man was looking at. The cup, the cup. Wait a minute. The cup. That doesn't explain the cup. Does it? Wait, it does. You're right. It's on the right. I will grab it with the... Trying to think of it. The mirror. Mirror, he would have grabbed it. Yep. The right hand. I don't remember. I'm not sure. I don't get where the mirror is. Earpiece like glasses? Which glasses? Which glasses? Like glasses. Glasses? Victor was a programmer. We're an HMD over left eye. Left eardrum was ruptured. They will use it on the left side. If that is what they call the earpiece. I'm guessing that's the earpiece? I'm not sure. Not the glasses. I'm gonna try that, I don't know. Yep. The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? Yes, got it. Okay. The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. Same side, the green lens of his specs. He used it on the left side. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. So, to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw all that as a reflection in a mirror, means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Exactement. You see, monsieur, now that you think about it, it is not so odd, no? Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head? Order, order. Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness generally observed the victim reflected in a mirror, Now we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye.
Objection.
How bitter. Troy, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It will calm you down in no time. Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different? Whoa, okay. You don't understand the way the witness thinks. How he thinks? You remember this, I presume. I broke the base sorry apology Mr. Gooder's sworn testimony? Exactly, the old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. L? Clearly it's the victim's eyepiece. And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. L's HMD made a big impression on the old man. Oh. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear. Huh. Well tried. It's the worst but best impression of Kudo ever. Was it? I didn't try to imitate him. Wow, I really thought he was all city for a minute there. God, that's good. Enough. I was agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony. I still don't get it. Yes, he said left, but he was left. So the mirror didn't. What's the point of going with that? I'm lost. Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash. Okay. A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears. Oui, I can explain. Please, if you will look at the plans of the restaurant. Okay, yeah, tell me where the mirror is, because I'm confused. Hello. Is everyone sitting comfortably? The mirror of the restaurant dividing the two halves. Here is the only one from which you could have seen an image of the victim. Yes, but the witness was on the bottom left, he said. Then, is he that lost in time? Okay. That was listed at the table next to the victims. That was where the old man was sitting. After that terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. Convenient. Shouldn't touch a crime scene, Mr. Armstrong. But naturally, I did not touch anything else. Well, that's a big thing to touch, isn't it? Fuck's sake. Well, job difficult. I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard. On the table next to the victims, Mr. Gooder could have seen the victim in the mirror. What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men like this. Don't worry about it. We can keep up. Expect for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again. I hate that guy. Said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that? Volunteer, of course. What the hell is volunteer? Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. Alright, please. I still don't get the left ear, right ear thing. It was on the left, so he saw it on the right. Yes, but he still said it was left. So he said it right. Okay, is that what he's saying? Okay, alright, I'm confused. I don't know. Okay. Le mirror, it was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two halves. Okay. So run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct? Oui. Oui? Really? Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't have put a mirror there. It would be in the way.
Objection.
Look who's talking, tried. Huh? Saying I'm in the way? You're obstructing my view, among other things. But is my seat in the card room? Tribulations' charm is that it gives you the impression that you're the only customer. Temporarily placing a mirror in the spot would hardly be in the way. Unlike you, tried. I tell you, monsieur, the mirror was there, in the middle of the restaurant. There is only one seat which you could have seen an image of the victim. And where would that be? Oh la la, look how you lean towards me. I always attract the younger boys. Maybe I should keep you in suspense a little longer. Mr. Armstrong, tell the girl what you know at once. I attract the older ones too, you know? Handsome. Shall I tease you too? I'm already seeing a very hot someone, so I'm afraid you'll be waiting for a long time. I bet she has much mocha cream skin and cappuccino perfume. No, mocha would like the coffee, right? Bien, I will tell you. There was only one seat from which you could have seen. That was the seat at the table next to the victims. That was where the old man was sitting. So why can you only see the victim from that particular seat? Monsieur, it is obvious, no? If you look at the plans, you will understand. Yeah, I get that. The victim will have been reflecting in the mirror like so. If you were sitting in the table next to him, you would see everything, no? So that's the seat old city was sitting on that day. Yeah, but there was no broken base on that table when I was there. When the poisoning happened, the old man was sitting at the table next to the victim. Why does that seem kinda odd? After the terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. Okay. Did you move the mirror while Mr. Cooter was off calling the police? Oui, exactement. I carried it out of the restaurant scene. You moved a huge mirror like that all by yourself. What can I say? I know how to pick things up, Anson. Could I actually laugh at something? Well, given no witness for sake, I suppose it is possible. Okay. Did you move anything else from the crime scene, Mr. Armstrong? I look like the obliging type, no? But naturally, I did not touch anything else. Naturally, you shouldn't have moved that thing in the first place. Are you sure about that? I touched nothing except the mirror. Mr. Wright, is there something the witness has said that doesn't match the crime scene? Yeah, there is. I just can't put my finger on what exactly. Huh. Suffering from a case of heartburn, right? Oh, I have just this thing for that. I know with La Golden Mare and Frankistans? Add a few drops to your coffee, and voila, enjoy. Focus, Phoenix, breathe. I need to ignore those two and just find some evidence. It's pretty strange though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a really large mirror. You'd think someone would've, but Maggie didn't, and neither did Old City. Then the only logical explanation is that there was no mirror inside Tribulations that day. Now I've just got to prove it somehow. I don't think I have evidence of the... do I? Of the vase not being broken on that table? Oh, it is there. On the left thing. You can see the other base, it's there, and he said he broke it on his testimony. How do I guess I just present this. Only one seat. This was, okay, the victim. Move the mirror. Yeah. I don't know if he's gonna bring that up, but that's... I don't know, that's where my head is at right now. I don't know how to bring up that thing, I guess I could do it. It doesn't say anything on his... Oh yeah, I broke the base. Oh... Yep. Your Honor, Mr. Kudo's words yesterday strongly contradict Mr. Armstrong's testimony. This is the letter of apology that was written by Mr. Kudo, is it not? I realize it looks useless, Your Honor, but this is still testimony. Huh, I guess useless people are only really good at identifying useless things. What relevance does this scrap of paper have to the trial, Mr. Wright? Mr. Kudo's testimony is actually very relevant to the question at hand, Your Honor, because it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence. This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony we have heard, Your Honor. The crime photo. Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist. What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Should not exist. Sounds like you're describing yourself, Tride. Well, okay, chill, Kodak. Now then, if the defense would please clarify his statement. What is this something that should not exist in this photo? It's right here, Your Honor. There's one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all.
Objection.
Oh, don't be an idiot, Tride, that's impossible. That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from. Exactly. There is only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. No mirror, no mirror. There was no mirror in Tribulations that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie. My dear. Don't try to confuse the court, right? Obviously the witness cleaned up the vase while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene. He said you didn't touch anything else. That's what he said. Unfortunately, Mr. Koda, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary in his own words. I did not touch anything else except the mirror. Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? I was right, there was no mirror in the restaurant that day. In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear in which he couldn't hear? Huh. You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, try it. And this problem is all yours. How do you explain what the old man saw? If I can answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it. I'm gonna save you. Okay. Are you going to be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Nick? There's more than just this one contradiction, Maya. What do you mean? Remember what Maggie told us? There was another man at the victim's table, and there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. Do you? I don't. Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. Kudo made a mistake. The ear doctor made a mistake. The victim was a phony. Huh. Uh-huh. I don't think Kudo made a mistake. The ear doctor made a mistake. That's stupid. Victim was a phony. The victim was a phony? Could have made a mistake. I'm not sure. Maybe he was a phony. Okay. I'm gonna go with that one. This case is riddled with contradictions. Yet there is one very simple answer that clears them all up. So that was an elk then, the victim. Maybe. What is that? The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Okay. I'm reanalyzing things now. Okay. Explain further, Phoenix, please. What? Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Elk at all. He was an imposter, a phony pretending to be Mr. Elk. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. Okay. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake. Okay. Yeah. I follow. What's the other event? Okay. Order in the cart. Settle down or I'll clear the courtroom. Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh? Okay. What did you say? Right. Are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup? Yes. Someone pretended to be Glen Elk and acted out the whole coffee poisoning. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo. So okay, so Alec was dead already, and they made that to make a witness. Okay, I get it now. Okay, good real tried. Why would anyone want to do that? Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was the serving girl brought him a cappuccino, but she put something in it. That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. So there was no poison there then. He was acting. Okay. That would explain the no poison anywhere. Oh. It's so hard to believe, but there was one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee. Are you insinuating that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well? Yes, she was. It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but it's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening. And that's right, we're all witness. If your restaurant really was the scene of such theatrics, you would have known about it, correct? Like he was in with them. Oh la la, this is more difficult for me. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath, after all. Was there in fact a phony at Tribulations that day? The defense demands that Mr. Rice will tell the whole truth about what happened. Good job, Phoenix. The defense request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day. Oui. He's sweating. In the restaurant. La victime, Monsieur Elk. He came to my restaurant alone. I remember that old man arrived not long after him. There were no other customers. When he got word he won la lottery, Elk became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. No, there was no time for a phony to do the acting. What? What you mean? Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all. Je vous demande pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly. You're under oath, mister. What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. Yes. Get him to jail. I will decide how to punish you later. Okay. Oui. For now, we will hear your cross-examination, Mr. Wright, if you please. Oh, he took that perjury charge a bit too well. But I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination. Okay. In the restaurant. La victime, Monsieur Earl, he came to my restaurant alone. Was he alone at this table as well? Mais oui, I saw him from the kitchen. Yet the defendant, Miss Bird, remembers it differently. She swears there was another man at the victim's table. Oh, unfortunately for you, Tried. Yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. You know, seeing you squirm like that reminds me of a certain coffee's bittersweet bite. What kind of coffee hasn't she been drinking? It's not coffee, it's love. It's love that's bittersweet. Hear Maya say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden. Okay. I remember that old man arrived not long after him. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct? Hey, wait, he comes often for my special coffee? I tried your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience. Oh, you make me so happy, monsieur. You are most welcome anytime. I thought it was worth one sip and nothing more. Savage. So Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. How many minutes after? What time was it? How many minutes after? So you're saying that not much time elapsed between the victim and Mr. Kudo arrived? Oui, that is correct. Okay, so he's saying he came in between him winning the lottery and dying, right? 5 minutes. In those 5 minutes? But that still leaves the possibility that something happened in that gap of time. And by recollection, how much time would you say elapsed? Let me see, approximately 2 minutes, I would say. 2 minutes? That's all? Seems unlikely that anything untoward could have happened in such a short time. Rats, I knew I shouldn't have pursued this line of questioning. That's weird. Okay. Wait. Wait, let me ask this again. Can I ask the other thing? Okay. What time was it? Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived? Oh, no, I cannot remember, monsieur. Oh, I believe we were told by a witness yesterday. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind, scary old man, sir. Does that perhaps jog your memory, witness? The incident happened about 20 minutes after he arrived. Wait, 20 minutes? You said 2? Wait, I'm confused with the time. So the victim must arrive between 2 p.m. and 2:10 p.m., no? Just after 2, huh? Thank you for helping jogging my memory, monsieur. You are wonderful. I can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? The time of day will be added to the witness testimony. Yes, please. Oui, monsieur Judge. Everything I do it for you. Oh, whoa. Merci bien. That's French, isn't it? I'm glad at least one person is in a good mood. He's even humming a song to himself. Okay. I remember that Oman arrived not long after him, just after 2 p.m. Hey, wait a minute. When was the thing? It says inside, time of death between 1:30 and 2:30. So that narrows it down, I guess. 2 p.m. So between 2 and 2:30, okay? Not 1:30. I guess. Huh. Unless he died before. Yeah, because he was acting, right? Right? I think so. Is it with no other custom? Wait. Let me press on this again. Are you absolutely sure about the time? When I think really hard, I am sure it was just after 2. Oui. It is the time I stopped serving the lunch menu. Right. I always break for lunch when the restaurant are serving their specials. I've been known to wind up a case early just to make it on time. Haha. I guess you should never get between a hungry judge and his lunch. Oh, would you look at that? It's almost lunchtime already. Hey, don't rush me. Witness, get on with your testimony, please. There were no other customers. Okay. So your only customers were Mr. Kudo and the victim.
Objection.
I'm just asking Gordon what you want. How many times do you need to ask the same thing, Try? As many times as I want, bitch. Never catch me drinking the same blend twice. Huh. Trying to establish the presence of a phony victim in the restaurant. But you're wasting your time. You can't grind bird seed to make coffee, if you catch my drift. There's a hole in this testimony somewhere, I'm sure of it. When you got word you won La Letterimo, Elle became very excited. Okay. The times are not adding up to me. Did you see him? No, I was in the kitchen, but I heard him. I remember him shouting, "Yes, $500,000! Presumably the defendant heard that too, then correct? Maggie? She looked like a poor little frightened dope. And what about Mr. Kudo? The old man choked on some bird seeds that got stuck in his throat. That's not what he said. Seems we now have yet another incident on our hands. Yeah, but he never said anything about that, anything. You would think he would mention him being excited at some point. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. And what were you doing at that point? Without any customers, you must have had time to kill. I am a multi-talented woman, monsieur. Sorry, what do you mean? There's le renowned chef John Armstrong and le tragic poet Clarice Armstrong. Clarice? Oui, I was writing a poem, an ugly tale of a chef in $500,000 of debt, looking for a man who won $500,000 on la lotterie. It is called Pourquoi? It means why. Perhaps I could recite it for la cote? Please don't. Okay. No, there was no time for the phony to do that acting. I think there was. You mean you contacted the police as soon as the incident occurred? I asked the old man to call from the payphone. By your own argument, right? The purpose of this phony victim's performance was so the old man would see it. In other words, once the incident occurred, this opportunity would completely disappear. Indeed. Bien, it seems the shadow of the tower has been lifted, n'est-ce pas? I guess Mr. Armstrong is connected to this case, huh? Absolutely. Someone was impersonating Mr. Elk, and I refuse to believe he was oblivious. He was there the whole time, after all. But if you're right, wouldn't Maggie have noticed too? She fell unconscious when the incident occurred, remember? Ah, you mean that's when the phony staged his act? We'll know for sure once I find the hole in this testimony. Okay. I'm betting I need to do something here. But first, save, of course, and it's percent. Autopsy? I think that's good. Never mind, it's not good. Your Honor, what do you think about the witness? I'm not sure I follow. Blah blah blah. Is that correct? Whoopsies. Objection denied. That's where you save. Okay. There's have to be something with the time. Wait. Oh. When did the thing air? Yes, that thing. Do I know that? Yes, Winona Radio. 1:30 p.m. There you go. Experience the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life every Monday at 1:30 p.m. 1:30. There's gotta be something with that. It was on alone. Remember, old man arrived not long after him. Okay. And that was 2 p.m. Wait. Yep, there it is. Just after 2 p.m. But the thing... Yep, was at 1:30, so that's not possible. Yep, I got it. There we go. I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. Mr. Wrong? Mr. Armstrong? What do you mean? At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket. Oui, ça must be la chambre. Monsieur. Okay. That must be the show Monsieur Elk was listening to. Monel, I didn't know that. I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright. I wonder. Oh, yeah. Say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct? Oui, I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it was that time because I had just finished serving the lunch menu. Get to the point, right, if you have one. That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. Yeah, so 1:30 to 1:40. It's on the air at 1:30. What you gonna say now? They were late? Now, supposedly the victim made some noise when it was announced that he got won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time. No! This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listen to the radio with a ruptured eardrum. Listen to the radio with a ruptured eardrum catching a show that was already over. There's only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were two Glen Elks in Tribulations that day. The real Glen Elk, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer. And the phony Glen Elk acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness. It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain the time discrepancy? Quite a performance, Stride. You were almost on a roll. But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song. Oh, what is this? Music Theory 101? Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. The phony elk is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain then where the real Glen Elk is? I don't believe I have to spell this out for the card, however. At the time, the real Glen Elk was already dead. That's certainly the obvious conclusion. Yeah, they changed them back, I guess. When everyone was... Yeah, Maggie was knocked out. And... Yeah, no one else was there. He sent the old man to call the police, so that's when they changed for the real body, right? Yep. That's certainly the obvious conclusion. Thank you, Troy. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. What? Now I presume you can prove this theory of yours? Can you explain where the missing corpse went to? Just went to the police, I guess. The missing corpse? There's no missing corpse, is it? According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. If that customer was the phony Glen Elg, then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim? He didn't hide it, right? Not right? The prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Okay, I'm gonna say because I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how to bring all that I said up, but I'm trying. Where did the killer hide the body? He didn't. Yes, Your Honor. No conjecture tried. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden. Evidence? What's with the intense pressure in here all of a sudden? I thought I had him with that contradiction. And he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the differences theory and evidence. Okay, let's see. You're closer to that. Just skip some dialogue. First, where was the body of the real Mr. Wright concealed? Inside Tribune. It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside the Tribune. Interesting. But where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? The kitchen? Perhaps you would care to show the card on these plans, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Wait a minute. No, that couldn't be the location where the body... The kitchen... Wait, was the dead guy the other person? That's what I was thinking for a second. No, I don't think so. Did they make like a... what was the movie called? The one that they went around with the dead guy everywhere. I don't know. I'm betting on the kitchen. But it was sitting here. Oh, I see. Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence that proves the body was hidden in the location? Oh? The victim's your medicine. That was in the kitchen. That was in the kitchen. Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle? No. I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me. Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribune. Eh? Quoi? But I only ever use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils. But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. What kind of medication? I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. Wright visited an otolaryngological clinic and was given medication that day. You can't be serious. The difference had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. Elk. Glenn Elk's murder hit the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong. When the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Mon Dieu. Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hit the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back. No! Order! This is an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Mr. Glenn Elk? Never. I could not do such an horrible thing. No. Oh God, I lost it. Mr. Goddard? The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. Every time anything happens, I down a mug of coffee, but okay. That's one of my rules. Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now? Then I'd like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I'd like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear, my age-deficient friend? Age? Je vous demande pardon. Please, you must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor. Yo hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. That is correct. I wasn't sure if that was French too, that's why I said it like that. I don't think that's French. Yeah. I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it? No, absolutely no. Let's hear it. You've got one shot. Right, Gramps? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie on the road again, Mr. Goddard's coffee mug awaits you. As does my gavel. Oui, it is clear. What do they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this. Very well. Begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong. The confession. It is true. I hid the body in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear it. You must believe me. Okay, I believe you in that. You were forced? By who? I cannot say, or I will be erased. Let's try a different question then. When Mr. Elk died, was he really the only person at his table? There was... There was another man. Okay. I knew it. Maggie was telling the truth. We'll make us examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. There's just one more thing I need to do. I'm gonna break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to get erased. It is true. I hid the body in the kitchen. He's present dead. Did you carry the body by yourself? Oui, I carried him, and I carried Maggie too. Maggie too. When she was the victim, when she saw the victim collapse, she fainted. I could not leave her there. Why did you hide the bodies? A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. Okay. What man? Who was he? No, I cannot say. I fear for my life. He's really scared. I just have to put the words in his mouth, Nick. Yeah, you're right. If you won't tell me, I'll tell him. Well, why would you go along with this man? I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. You're dead. And what reason would that be, Mr. Armstrong? You know, monsieur. Yes? Surely you cannot expect a young maiden to talk about such an embarrassment? You already said that with the poem, though, but okay. You had $500,000 dead. Maiden? You're a bit old to get away with that. And a bit too male. You can finish the cross-examination without establishing his reason. Or just have to prove it with evidence. Okay. But I did not kill him, I swear it. You must believe me. So, you are claiming that all you did was hide the bodies, is that correct? Oui, that's right. If we are to believe you, Mr. Armstrong, you must tell the court everything. You must make clear the identity of the man who ordered you to do this. He's already confessed this much. You might as well stop dancing around the real issue. Yeah, but he really doesn't want to tell us who the killer is. Then suck it to him, Nick. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Okay. Let's save. Okay. A man forced me to do it. I don't know, do I just throw the dead thing? I don't know how to bring it up, that's the thing with this game. I know what I'm going for, but I don't know how to bring it up. Where's the dead thing? Isn't there a dead thing? Oh, here. Sean said it's $7 million. The owner of the loan is tender lender. Yep, that works. You have $500,000 debt, don't you? $500,000? Is this true, Mr. Armstrong? Oui, je suis désolé. I was weak and I borrowed the money. This is Mr. Armstrong's Achilles heel. Where did I see the R there? Achilles heel. And that's why you couldn't refuse anything asked of you by this man. This man's, where is it? Where is it? This man's. A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you. Wait, it is as you say. Mr. Armstrong. Le Tiger. He told me he was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. On the day in question, he was meeting the victim to demand that he repay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. I carried the body and the unconscious Maggie out of the dining area. and into the kitchen. After that, I just try to forget what I seen. I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron pocket. Was that your doing as well? No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggie who had done it. I was not. It is despicable. Mr. Goddard, you will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow. Nope. Is he coming today? 30 minutes. Oh, what? The trial will go on. I'll see it to myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more. Don't sit back and relax yet, right? No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way. Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Goddard. We will resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess. Okay. Yeah, we continued. Alright. That went well. There was a lot of contradictions there. It was not the hardest. So yeah, that was good. Did a good job. Pat, soft pat. Alright.